Hey everyone, welcome back. Sorry it's taken me so long to get back with you guys, but I just wanted to make sure that I had a good solid video to post when I did decide to upload. But again, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I'd be glad to have you, and if you're returning, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's going to be different because this is a little bit of a negative experience. So, as you can see, we're going to be talking about the Louis Vuitton Monogram Keep All 55. I ordered this May 31st from Old Cobbler. I know a lot of us are familiar with him. We were all under the impression that he was a very reputable seller and very trustworthy. I'm not saying that he isn't trustworthy, but I definitely am implying in this video things aren't always what they seem. I've dealt with much better sellers that are much less reputable. I'll just leave that there. But with that being said, we're going to do like a 360 view of the bag. We'll get an up close on some of the details. And of course, most importantly, we're going to go over the flaws that the bag has. It came with, I was super disappointed to say the least upon unboxing the bag. I did do a live on Instagram, although those only last 24 hours. There were over 100 people seen that video. So there's quite a few people that are aware of the shape this thing was in when I unboxed it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this thing. So to start, we're going to go over the accessories and the pieces that the bag came with. So it did come with this little Louis Vuitton envelope, which houses your care cards and your textile instructions and all that stuff in there, like all the other pieces do. And as we all know, the reps come with this little sticker. The real ones do not. I would advise not to pull this off because it leaves the mess behind and it will ruin the paper. So just leave it be. But it came with that. It also came with this little vachetta loop that goes around your handles. It is hot stamped with the Louis Vuitton Paris logo. Now I believe this is just for extra security to keep the handles together in an upright position while you're traveling, everything else. It's not really necessary at all. It's just an extra little piece. Now I'm going to go over the flaws as we go over the pieces. This one came with two deep scratches right there in the middle. They're really visible in person. There we go. It just depends on how the light hits it. These were like chalky white before this was conditioned and everything else. So I'll go ahead and say that. The bag has been outside in the sun for a few hours. I've tanned it the last 2 days. It's also been wiped down with Lexol leather conditioner. It's also been given a double olive oil treatment. And it's been wiped down with a wet rag to even out the patina and try to conceal the scratches on the leather. But there's one little piece right there. Here is the luggage tag, which initially I was super pleased with. But as I inspected closer, I was disappointed with the flaws. So there's a ripple in the leather. The indentation is crooked along this edge. And it just feels, I don't know, to be totally honest, I'm literally not trying to rip Old Cobbler to shreds because we did try to reach a mutual agreement. I wanted a new bag. I was open to paying half the shipping and returning this one and getting another one, but then I thought for a second, why in the hell would I pay shipping on another piece when I already paid $209 for this? And he asked what was wrong with me when I sent him pictures of the damaged parts on the bag. So, overall, it was not a good experience. I'm really disappointed in how he handled it. I will not order from him ever again. But yeah, anyways, I was just disappointed with every piece I received. And the vachetta feels very papery. I'll say that now. Even after it's been conditioned and everything else, I know as it gets older and it tans, it will soften up and it will be a little bit more realistic. But this shit feels like paper. I'm sorry. I'm just not pleased at all. And for those that are promoting Old Cobbler and pushing his shit like it's the best out there, don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. There's plenty of girls in my group that have bought from Old Cobbler and they have had no problems, hands down. I believe them. But there's quite a few other ones out there that push his products like they're the best. Be warned, and beware. I'll say that now. That's my disclaimer, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You can take it how you want it. I was fucking pissed when I got this bag. I'm not monetized on YouTube, obviously, because I haven't hit those milestones, so I can say whatever the fuck I want, including cuss words. But this bag was a piece of shit. I'll go ahead and say it now. I was severely upset with the quality. From such a reputable seller, and I should have knew when he told me that this piece was on sale. I should have knew something was up. Anyway, this is going to be a rant kind of too, because I'm still pissed off at the fact that he didn't offer to send me a new bag or offer a full refund until I returned the piece of shit he sent me originally. So anyways, here's the lock and key. They look a lot like the other rep locks that I've had and seen. They're way too shiny, I'll say that. And only one key, I'll say this too, only one key fits the lock properly. Like the other key, you have to kind of like wiggle it in and get it to unlock. It's kind of janky. I don't know. One key is cut a lot smoother than the other. I don't know what's up with that. I'm not really worried about it because I took this piece of shit off and put my authentic lock on up here on the zipper because it matched the hardware. And I'll say this too, along with all the negatives and the flaws that I'm going to point out, I will also go over the positives about the bag that I like. And this is the Bando style keep all. So it did come with the shoulder strap, and it did come with the shoulder cushion. Now, I think it was 2016 they stopped making these and they stopped including them with the keep all purchases. The date code in this bag reads 2016, so it makes sense for it to come with the shoulder cushion. But the glazing around these like bled out onto the vachetta. The color's not right. It just looks like shit. And the underneath is like rubbery and just cheap looking. I don't know. I didn't like it. Another thing too, the glazing on all of the vachetta is dark enough in my opinion, but it is so fucking shiny. It just looks, I don't know, dude. This bag looks generic. It feels generic. And not to mention, the alignment is off. Like, I know you all see those little flowers beside that vachetta, and then where the fuck are they on this side? Like, barely showing. It's like that all the way around. I don't know where they went wrong with this piece of shit. Now, here's the kicker. On live on Instagram, if you follow me, you've seen what's up. Upon opening this bag, and I mean taking the plastic off and undoing the bubble wrap, the gold matte finish on this rivet literally bubbled up and flaked off. Like a cheap piece of shit. I'll keep saying that. This is what it's supposed to look like. Matte and gold. I don't know how the camera's picking it up because of the lighting. There we go. It's supposed to be matte gold. Look at that piece of shit right there. Silver as fucking could be and shiny as could be. It's just crap, dude. Like, I expected so much better. And I really thought about how I was going to approach this video, but then when I thought about how easily he took my money and ran with it and still sent me a piece of shit, I'm coming on here unfiltered and I'm like literally no fucks given because he didn't bother taking my money and sending me a piece of shit. So here I am, and I'll do this review how I want because it's my channel and I'm not pleased with the seller that was really, really recommended to me over and over and over. So, I don't know. Take it how you will. I really don't care. I'm not pleased with this. I'm putting this out there for people to be cautious because Old Cobbler is not what he's cracked up to be. Especially when you send a seller pictures of all the issues on your bag and they reply, "What's wrong with you?" Get the fuck out of here. I'll do whatever I can to protect people in my group from buying like pieces of shit like this. So here's the shoulder strap. Again, it feels papery. All the vachetta came with ripples, like ripple, 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 ripple. I mean, I can't say that enough. So there's the shoulder strap. Anyways, the glazing on the handles, I was pleased with. I'll go ahead and say that. I'm pleased with the color. It's just really glossy looking. And again, this is my authentic lock from my Speedy 40 that's in the shop for repair, and it does match the hardware. Like, I'll give it that. The hardware is all matte, except for the shit that peeled off. But the hardware is all matte, so that's right. As for the small details, the 55 stamping is where it's supposed to be. It's also concealed the way that it's supposed to be. And then the Louis Vuitton Paris Made in France stamping is where it's supposed to be. And it's also very crisp and it's even. I'm pleased with that. Also, the alignment on the sides, I'm pleased with. Let's go to the other side. Now, upon opening this bag, you won't be able to tell on camera because I've done a lot of work with this bag to conceal the flaws in the vachetta, but when I unboxed it, right here was a really big white patch, like just a white mark where the leather had no pigment whatsoever. It was literally stark white. I don't know what the hell. I took a wet rag and just held it there until it got dark, and then I conditioned it and olive oiled it, so now it's concealed, like it matches. I don't know what the problem was. I don't really fucking care because there was a lot of other issues. But the main thing that pisses me off is the rivet. That nail head right there, the paint came off. Within the moments that I unpacked it, it came off. The alignment is off. These are not supposed to show. So those are the ones for the outside. As for the vachetta being papery and shit, I'll accept it. It is what it is. It's a rep, you know. I'll keep it pushing. So when we come into the inside, the interior is correct. And the date code. The lettering TR4166. So that means TR made in France, which matches the stamp on the side. 46th week of the year and 2016. So obviously this bag is a brand new replica. The date code is correct to the style and the accessories that are included, but obviously it does not match the brand new vachetta. So that was the only issue I had. Which also made me think that this bag might have been sitting around in stock for 2 years and they kept pushing it back because it was a flawed item and they just put it in their archive until they needed to pull it out and send it to somebody like me. I don't fucking know. I don't get it, and I honestly don't care. That's the way that I feel about it. I'm putting this review out there to let people know it's not always what it seems. Communicate with the ones around you if you're on social media and ask questions and get a feel, because recommendation for seller is not always the way to go. Like I said before, I've dealt with much less reputable sellers and got way better service. And not once have I had a motherfucker ask me what's wrong with me. That'll never happen again. That's why I'm putting this review out, because I don't think anybody that spends $200 on a bag deserves to be belittled. Even if it's $50 or $20 on a bag, if you're willing to spend your money with somebody, why the fuck would the seller belittle you? Because they sent you a piece of shit. That's where I stand. So, I do have the bag stuff. You all are familiar with the standard, like, textured lining. This is silky. It's not textured at all like it's supposed to be. That's another thing I realized. And the D-ring right here. This is supposed to be able to push all the way up. It's not, because this rivet is so close to the bottom of the fake vachetta. This shit, like, it's just really stiff. It won't move without crinkling up the leather. That's a little wrong. But again, it's an interior accessory, so it's not a big deal. It's right enough for the money that you're saving. And, oh yeah, not to mention the white dusty spots that came on the interior. They were on the bottom, and it did look like dust, but it's just the fact of the matter, like, those shouldn't have even been there. So I had to take a wet rag, wipe the inside down to get rid of the spots on the inside, and then there we go. But I think I've had to put a little bit more elbow grease into this bag than I should have for the amount that I paid, and I expected, you know, consistency. And Ode Cobbler's reputation really, I don't know, it threw me for a loop when I got this bag in the mail. I don't know. I'll leave it up for you guys to decide what you think is appropriate and who you want to order from. But I'll tell you now, I will never order from Ode Cobbler again, simply for the fact that he talked to me like I was stupid, for one. He gladly took my money and was quick to respond. And third, he sent me a piece of shit. Like, I mean, I know there's worse. Don't get me wrong. There are worse bags, but for somebody like myself that is experienced in the authentic and the replica world, I play both. I know both. I try to stay up on info or, you know, details to look for on both. I try to stay knowledgeable so that I can share my opinion and be, you know, at least 80 to 90% correct about what I'm talking about. Nobody's perfect. I'm far from it. I missay things all the time. But when it comes to this bag, I think it's safe to say that this was not worth my $200, especially when I'll say this again, a reputable seller. It does not matter what people say. You don't know until you try it. So here we are. I've tried it and I'm knocking it. I wasn't pleased at all. So You take it how you will. Be cautious of who you order from, and it does not matter. I'll say this too. A lot of the girls ask for pre-shipment photos, or aka PSPs. A lot of the girls call them. I received PSPs for this bag. They were not, I repeat, they were not the pictures of the actual bag that I received. So do not be fooled. PSPs don't fucking matter. They can send you pictures of whatever bag they want and then ship you another one. So it doesn't matter, you know. And obviously you don't get what you pay for either, because I paid $209 for this bag. That was including the $20 Western Union fee, and this showed up. And I was 100% underwhelmed. I waited for months and months to order this bag. I needed it for vacation. I needed it for weekend trips, you know, just to lug stuff around. And I expected the best, but I was really proven wrong. I mean, it comes with all the pieces that it's supposed to come with, but it's the overall quality. Like, to me, this shit is trash, dude. I'm not playing this shit. And this is the most negative that you're going to see me on my channel unless somebody else sends me some shit like this. So, and I'll say one more thing. For anybody that thinks that people that are involved in the rep community get special treatment to review this shit, you're sadly mistaken. There are some out there that do, don't get me wrong. But me, myself, if I was to ever be confronted by a seller to do promotions, you all would be the first ones to know that this shit is, you know, it's promoted. I don't play those games. I'm going to be truthful. I'm going to be upfront. I pay for all these things with my own money, and I give you my honest opinion. This was a letdown, and I'll leave it at that. So if there's anything that I didn't cover, you have any questions, comments, or concerns, as usual, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Sorry this wasn't more of a pleasant video. Hopefully next week's will be. I'm going to get back in the role of filming and get this show on the road. We'll move forward from this piece of shit. I really debated on selling it or keeping it. I think I'm just going to keep it because nobody's going to buy it with the flaws that it has. I'm just going to keep it and use the hell out of it. I'm going to really be mean to it and see what kind of wear and tear it can take. And we'll do an update in a few weeks, maybe a few months. I might wait until I get back from vacation to do an update on this piece to see how it's held up and what the hell it looks like. So, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you like this video. Like I said, beware, be smart about who you're spending your money with. And yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this week's video, guys. It was a doozy for you and I both. Let me be the guinea pig, and I'm glad to share my experiences. So, take it how you will. Steer clear of the ones that are going to talk to you stupid. I'll say that. And keep it pushing. Spend your money wisely, and follow us on Instagram. Me and a lot of the other girls are on there active daily. We share our thoughts and opinions, and we coerce with each other on a regular basis to try to avoid shit like this. And when it does happen, we want to let you guys know, because you all are a part of the group too, and you all are spending your hard-earned money on stuff. It doesn't matter if it's real or fake. I'll say that. And I'll say this too. If you're not into replicas and you're not okay with it, then get the fuck out of this video and don't watch it. Like, it's that simple. Why did you even come here when I mentioned it from the beginning? So, anyways, rant over, experience over, never ordering from Old Cobbler again. I don't know what's going to become of this bag, but it's not my favorite by any means. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close this video out, guys. I'll chat with you all next week. Like I said, if you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will chat with you all soon. Bye, guys.